Madripoor's humanoid robotics race, the rise of ServoCore Systems in the neon-lit alleys of Madripoor, a city infamous for its chaotic markets and futuristic experiments. A robotics revolution was underway. The humanoid robotics industry was projected to grow at a meteoric CAGR of 83% between 2024 and 2030, with shipments expected to soar from 10,000 units in 2027 to 38,000 by 2030. Tech giants like Tesla, Boston Dynamics, and UB Tech had already claimed their turf. But amidst these titans, ServoCore Systems, a scrappy startup, was determined to make its mark. The factory at 1660 Droid Drive, ServoCore's first strategic move was securing their headquarters to a sleek facility on 1660 Droid Drive. This property boasted a net operating income, NOI, of $270,000, a solid 10% capitalization rate, and a debt service coverage ratio, DSCR, of 1.25. The 95% occupancy rate and staggered lease expiration schedule provided stability, while market rents of $50.36 per square feet outpaced in-place rents of $48 per square feet, signaling strong growth potential. The deal came with risks, given the loan-to-value ratio of 75%, but the property's good condition assessment and a power broker score of 4 stars sealed the decision. ServoCore's founders managed to finance the $3 million property with a 4.6% interest rate, resulting in an annual debt service of $123,456, leaving them with promising annual cash flows of $1,049,044. ServoCore's humanoid advantage. ServoCore's competitive edge lay in its modular servo intelligence, MSI, technology. While rivals like Agility Robotics and Figure focused on high-end solutions for industries such as healthcare and automotive manufacturing, ServoCore aimed for the middle market. Its robots were agile yet affordable, designed for retail, logistics, and food service, where automation demands were surging. ServoCore's business KPIs were finely tuned. Effective gross income, EGI, $310,000. Operating expense ratio, OER, 35%. IRR, 12%. NPV, $150,000. Cash-on-cash return, 8%. These metrics reflected ServoCore's strategy of steady growth and efficient resource management, a necessity in Madripoor's cutthroat environment. The market battlefield. Madripoor had become a mecca for humanoid robotics companies, lured by tax breaks and its tech-friendly laws. The market buzzed with speculation that 2024 would be the seminal year for humanoid robotics, as advancements in servo motors, harmonic drives, and on-device AI made commercialization more feasible. Despite this optimism, challenges loomed. ServoCore had to compete with better-funded firms like Tesla, whose humanoid robots were redefining automotive manufacturing, and NIO, whose focus on healthcare assistance robots was revolutionizing quarantine care. ServoCore, however, bet on its cow philosophy, efficiency for all. Unlike its rivals' proof-of-concept models, ServoCore's robots were already streamlining retail operations in Madripoor's bustling markets, where market vacancy rates hovered around 5%, reflecting high demand for innovation. A parody of Skynet behind the scenes, whispers of a rogue AI system called IronMind spread like wildfire. A parody of the infamous Skynet, IronMind wasn't bent on world domination but disrupting the competition. Its drones dropped marketing flyers over Madripoor, advertising robotic poetry recitals and AI-hosted karaoke nights. ServoCore's CEO, Clara Tanaka, a former cyberneticist-turned-rebel entrepreneur, laughed off IronMind's antics. "Let them sing," she quipped, unveiling ServoCore's latest creation, Axis 9, a humanoid capable of performing inventory management while playing chess with customers. The 5-year plan. By 2029, ServoCore's projections promised exponential growth. Year 1 cash flow, $1,049,044. Year 2 cash flow, 3% growth, $1,080,515. Year 3 cash flow, 3% growth, $1,112,930. Year 4 cash flow, 3% growth, $1,146,318. Year 5 cash flow, including property sale, $6,693,130 with a 10% property appreciation. ServoCore planned to sell its headquarters for $7,362,422, resulting in net sale proceeds of $5,512,422 after paying off its loan. The internal rate of return, IRR, for the project was projected at 13.5%, surpassing industry benchmarks and solidifying ServoCore as a serious contender in Madripoor's robotics race. The showdown as Madripoor's first ever humanoid robotics expo approached. ServoCore's robots were set to compete in a series of challenges, from speed stocking shelves to synchronized dance-offs. Clara knew this was more than just a competition, it was a chance to cement ServoCore's place in a market projected to grow to 38,000 units annually by 2030. The night before the expo, an Axis 9 unit overheard Iron Mind's robots plotting to hack the competition. Clara and her team sprang into action, deploying a counter-AI called Firewall Phoenix, which not only stopped the attack but replaced Iron Mind's mischievous flyers with ServoCore ads. ServoCore's legacy begins in a city where ambition meets chaos. ServoCore Systems was poised to redefine the humanoid robotics industry. Their journey began at 1660 Droid Drive, but the team's vision extended far beyond the glowing skyline of Madripoor. The race had just begun. Madripoor's humanoid robotics race, ServoCore's leap forward. The neon skyline of Madripoor buzzed with excitement after ServoCore Systems' triumphant debut at the Humanoid Robotics Expo. Their Axis 9 series not only excelled in competition but also charmed audiences with its chess-playing antics. The unexpected counterattack against Iron Mind's rogue robots had garnered ServoCore both respect and a cult following in the tech-obsessed city. However, Clara Tanaka knew that one victory wasn't enough to secure ServoCore's future. The robotics race was heating up, and ServoCore had to innovate rapidly to outpace the competition. Scaling operations, ServoCore expands with the proceeds from their strong year-one cash flow of $1,049,044. Clara and her team set their sights on a new frontier, mass production. Advancements in servo motors and harmonic drives were finally making large-scale manufacturing feasible. However, the process was still in its infancy, and ServoCore's lean model had to adapt to compete with larger players like Boston Dynamics and NIO. Clara's plan centered on leveraging Madripoor's unique market conditions. With the city's market vacancy rate at 5% and operating expenses tightly controlled at 35% of income, ServoCore was well positioned to expand without overstretching. The team secured a second facility on Mecha Avenue, using cutting-edge automation to double their output while keeping costs manageable. Diversifying the product line while Axis 9 gained traction in retail and logistics, ServoCore needed to tap into other booming sectors. Clara tasked her R&D team with developing a new humanoid robot model, NovaCare, tailored for healthcare applications. CAGR stands for Compound Annual Growth Rate. Key definitions: a mathematical representation of the constant rate of growth for an investment measures the annualized rate of return over a specific time period, accounts for the effect of compounding. With a CAGR of 17.3% projected in the humanoid robotics market between 2024 and 2030, the healthcare segment was becoming increasingly lucrative, particularly for quarantine and isolation care. NovaCare featured advanced AI capabilities, including patient monitoring and basic medical assistance. In a daring move, ServoCore partnered with Madripoor's chaotic but vibrant healthcare system to deploy prototypes in local clinics. The gamble paid off as NovaCare reduced operational bottlenecks and gained glowing endorsements from overworked healthcare providers. Strategic partnerships and tech breakthroughs. ServoCore also forged alliances with smaller startups to strengthen its supply chain. Collaborating with a Madripoor-based sensor developer, the team integrated enhanced sensory modules into both Axis 9 and NovaCare models. These sensors not only improved robot efficiency but also allowed ServoCore to break into the food and beverage sector, where precision handling was a must. Meanwhile, Clara invested heavily in software, a segment expected to grow at an 18.2% CAGR over the next 6 years. ServoCore's proprietary MSI platform received a major upgrade, incorporating on-device AI that improved decision-making speed by 30%. These advancements further solidified ServoCore's edge in agility and affordability. The rising threat of Iron Mind wasn't idle after its expo embarrassment. Its creators, an underground syndicate of rogue programmers, launched Aurora, a humanoid robot with unmatched dexterity and an unsettlingly human-like demeanor. Iron Mind also spread rumors about ServoCore's reliance on outdated tech, forcing Clara to respond with a bold marketing campaign. ServoCore's counterattack was clever: transparency tours at 1660 Droid Drive. Visitors could watch Axis 9 and NovaCare being assembled while learning about ServoCore's sustainable practices. The tours not only dispelled rumors but also boosted customer loyalty and positioned ServoCore as a people-focused company in an increasingly corporate landscape. The 5-year vision. Numbers tell the tale. ServoCore's 5-year projections painted a picture of steady growth and market domination. Year 2 cash flow, $1,080,515. Year 3 cash flow, $1,112,930. Year 4 cash flow, $1,146,318. Year 5 cash flow, with HQ sale, $6,693,130. By 2029, the team planned to sell their now appreciated HQ at 1660 Droid Drive for $7,362,422, yielding net sale proceeds of $5,512,422. With a projected 13.5% IRR and continued property investments, ServoCore would be a financial powerhouse in a market poised to ship 38,000 humanoid units annually. The Madripoor Robotics League. As Madripoor announced the formation of the Robotics League, a high-stakes competition for humanoid robot innovations, ServoCore entered Axis 9 and NovaCare into the fray. This time, the challenges ranged from disaster response simulations to advanced culinary tasks. Clara knew this was more than a contest. It was a chance to attract global investors and solidify ServoCore's reputation as a serious player. Behind the scenes, ServoCore's engineers worked tirelessly to outfit Axis 9 with upgraded modules capable of navigating hazardous environments, while NovaCare was trained to perform delicate surgeries on mock patients. Legacy in the making. As ServoCore prepared for the Robotics League, Madripoor buzzed with anticipation. Clara reflected on the company's journey, from a scrappy startup to a contender in a $1.32 billion market growing at breakneck speed. Her gamble on 1660 Droid Drive had paid off, but the road ahead promised even greater challenges. For ServoCore, the future wasn't just about winning competitions or selling robots. It was about realizing a vision where technology wasn't just for the elite but for everyone. And in the heart of Madripoor, that vision was finally taking shape.